Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Advanced Tactics Gold, episode number 12 I believe. So I'm not going to build this tank yet. I did some thinking off camera and I'm going to reorient some of my points. 8 machine guns versus 16. I think I will take... I think I'm going to go down to 0-0 and all that's going to go to political points. My goal now at this point is to get one more anti-infantry boost, because this is going to be the tank we're dealing with for a long time, so we might as well make it very good. And it's important to actually compare that versus the light tank Mark II. The level 2 upgrade cost 90. I already spent 44. The next one is going to be another 34, so this puts us, well, right about 80. About where this next boost would be. Now they get, well, the normal upgrade gets 25% HP and plus 25% versus tanks, which is pretty darn good. And we'll compare our stats against this. I suspect we won't be in front of it. we probably are kind of going to disprove the idea that these custom-made tanks are better. But the good news is, once I get these upgrades, it does apply to medium tanks as well. Yeah, we don't need medium tanks yet, not by a long shot, because, well, they don't even have light tanks yet. They don't even, when they get light tanks, then it's a whole escalation thing, which I'm sure makes sense. So, we need to make sure we have enough political points, but I actually do need staff and riflemen. I mean, basically, we're still in a situation where we need a bit of everything. I might sacrifice a little bit of supplies for one turn just to get a bit of extra staff, and yeah, let's do a little bit of extra riflemen and staff just to make sure we're not running behind on this. And lately the stockpile has been fine, so if we keep it around 10,000, I'm usually pretty happy, especially because we're sending out about half of that. So even if we suddenly stop producing supply altogether, we'd have about 2 turns before people start running out, and usually people carry an additional 2 turns as their supply stockpile individually. So you can kind of think of this as 4 turns before we start to have problems, which is quite a long time actually. 4 turns to settle the supply debt is a pretty generous buffer. Okay, so with this political point situation hopefully resolved, I think that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to just drop this down quite a bit. I did. I hope that that's exactly the amount. I don't know, I mean, because basically right now it's 29 plus 34, which is 63. And I need plus 40 for this oil, so we're at 103. And then I don't know how much, so we're basically right at the line, and we're going to make 107, and we're going to need 103. And I don't know how much the increase, it was like 2 or 3. Every improvement you have increased the cost of the model. So if it goes up by 4, I'm okay. If it goes up by 5, we actually are going to have to wait yet another turn. So one last turn of armored cars, the last one we're going to make in this game. Probably. I can't see any reason why we'd go back to making armored cars again. So let's end the turn. And the 800 supply we dropped, I think it'll be fine. Okay, so they're advancing in the north. A lot of movement in this middle area. And there they are in the south as well. Okay. So even if we have a more or less static turn, okay, first of all, let's do all the dancing that we want to get done. Upgrade. This engineer is supposed to go and build road here, and then he's going to move back to prepare to upgrade this oil next turn. So I can actually move this unit forward. 1. Do I want to do any attacks first? I guess not. I guess not. Huh. Yeah, this is interesting. The infantry would be best behind here because they can attack across the stream without too high of penalties, I believe. Yeah, 25%, which is not terrible. It's much more extreme for armored cars. Well, 40% isn't too bad. Okay, well, let's get to the bottom of this. Let's do our tank design now. First, I need to spend the anti-infantry. This leaves me with 33. Let's see how much it costs. 32. Perfect. Okay. This is scary. RNG's coming in. Please give us something good. So the cow. We can alter it if we want to. I'm just nervous. Let's see what we got here. So we did get the second. This is emphasizing offensive strength. Okay, so let's do a comparison with the standard light tank 2. Let me first show you the standard light tank 1. Okay, I guess not. Yeah, okay, we'll do it with the standard light tank 1 and then we'll see how it compares with the standard light tank 2. Which is probably what we could have done instead with the money we just spent. I mean, especially when you consider I spent an additional 32 for the design itself. I spent like 80 on the points to make the raw materials for the design, and then the design itself cost another 32. We spent over the amount that a standard light tank 2 would have. So this is all the same, and now this is different. Okay, so it's barely better against armor. 25% better would be the... Oh, wait, I need to see hit points. Okay, it is better on hit points. 25% better? I don't think so. Let's switch over to the standard light tank 2. Okay, so we're at 30... yeah, it is. Okay, it's a winner. And it is much better against infantry on the attack, which is fantastic. It's actually worse against armor on the attack, which is not good. It's still better on the defensive, which is strange. Still, this number is much greater. I think the armored car hit points is... I don't remember. Maybe it's actually still high. They do... Armored cars, I think, do 400, 300 for armor. So they aren't, like, fantastic against it. We'll be defending pretty well. We have pretty good defensive hit points. But 3,000 versus 2,500 is a huge difference. Now, because we actually did upgrade the mobility, the one interesting thing you'll see against the standard light tank 2, although I kind of think that this is just the more sensible choice. Let's take a look at the movement speed. Yeah, so we get a slight bonus here, 19 versus 20. You might think that that doesn't make much of a difference, but sometimes it can. I don't think this 1 point difference will really do that much. But, for example, if I have units with lower readiness, they might be able to travel further, but I don't think anything else. Still, I'm pretty happy with this. It's not terrible, and it's definitely better against, it's better on the defense against infantry, and that is important to me. It's also better on the attack against infantry, but, you know, considering that infantry's at 100 hit points, 1550, 1300, they're both strongly likely to kill. Now, actually having the armor at 1500 matters a lot. So this cow is not at all a tank killer. It's really more, I mean, it's pretty good on the offensive or the defensive. It's a pretty good defensive tank. Does it say offensive strength? Huh. Now, one thing you usually can do, note that this fuel for movement is 5 per hex. It doesn't matter how many action points it takes, it's 5 per hex. And one of the standard things you can do to alter the cow, to any design you have. Ooh, the next one will cost 42. Wow. I didn't know it goes up by 10 every new design, but one thing you can do is alter is usually increase the armor and decrease the movement speed. So that's one possibility. Yeah. And once we get, now the benefit is supposedly once we get more up things, more tech, we can increase the, we can actually upgrade the existing design. So it's 4 to alter it. Since I don't have those 4 political points, I actually probably would lower its movement just to give it more hit points, but we're not going to do that because I don't want to wait yet another turn before we start building it, so let's go ahead and get the cow. Funny enough, we could have been building the standard light tank last turn, but we didn't. Probably would have been good to do, just build a single thing. Now what we can do is build unit templates with standard light tank or just any light tank, and it'll fill light tank, cow, whatever. This will be light armor. Yeah, light armor. We'll go with the light armor, standard light armor. Do I want to use this? I see this, but okay. Because I'll use this for medium, so I might as well put some gray. I think I kind of like this. This. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. We don't have to use it though. There is normal light armor somewhere. Not that I'd be able to find it. I guess that's, no, that's not our, I could have chosen this for armored recon, which is, I think, oh, here's engineer. Also not what I'm looking for. It's funny, for some reason I have the hardest time finding, I guess that's armored recon scout, I mean armored car scouts, but where the heck is the standard? Maybe I'm crazy, maybe it doesn't exist. Okay, well let's just stick with this one. I think it's fine. Okay, so let's add formation. We're going to do the same trick. Let's set, now these light tanks, so I want to go to light tank, light tank. There's no light tank, but I can do standard light tank. I hope that that puts in, the, have I ever made? I think I have. Okay, I think this will work. Standard light tank. Let's get 4 of them. And that is a stack of 40. So it's pretty natural to get 10 riflemen. And that is a 50 stack total. There we go, 50. Pretty normal, I think. 4 and 10. Our armored cars were 4 and 13. It's about the same. And I'll look for an appropriate NATO icon later. I really don't know which one I would use. Maybe this one, I don't know. They both look fine. Okay, well, there it is. So let's go ahead and add our first, well, our only political point. It's going to be adding our first light armor. That looks good to me. Okay, so now we actually have to do the attacks. Oh, bummer. It's almost surely going to be this one which we attack. We're going to attack this one. We'll probably do some bombardment on this front. I might move forward and bombard this one. We have this unit here. I think I'm going to move it here. And we'll move this unit down here, just to block them off. We want them right here. Although, actually, I'm going to do this instead. and move this guy here because they can actually attack over the stream. Yeah. So now we'll bombard. Okay, just get some damage done. Okay, we killed 4 units. We lowered the readiness a bit. Not much. They're in the forest, so we're not going to do as much damage. Now this unit we want to attack as well. We only have 2 artillery. This is one that is just starting to get built up. But we still, I mean, it didn't have much readiness to begin with, and we decimated what little it had. This is going to be over very quickly. We'll do the attack with these 3 units. And why not? We have the attack stack ability to attack with infantry. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it never hurts to do more because they all are going to contribute, unless it takes you over the attack stack limit. The more people you have, the more just rolls of the dice you have on the attack, which can only be helpful. So let's see. Whoop. That looked pretty good. Lost 1 unit. 1 solitary rifleman dead. 21 riflemen, 2 trucks, 4 armored cars, all vanquished. Well, I'm very satisfied with that result. Gonna keep these units here. Don't really need to move this unit forward. I guess I can move all 3 into here, because, yeah, we can, right? And that's good. And this unit will probably bombard this one. Stands to make, I mean, this unit is just going to be attacked and we'll kill it. Anybody who can attack, just vanquish this one guy. Yeah. I'm not going to actually move in there, but thank you for building the road for me, I should say. Now we'll go ahead and bombard this guy. Do some damage, get some kills, even better. Yeah, quite a lot of kills, actually. Wow. Took him down to no entrenchment, very low readiness. 12 rifles. 12 is actually pretty high. Wait, no, sorry, 9. Yeah, 9. 9 is actually still really high. So that's almost something we could attack. We can attack from there. Cannot. Cannot. Okay. So we could attack with 1 unit from here. This unit could go down and attack from here. You know what, the armored car readiness is still high enough, I'm going to avoid it. I could easily attack this unit though. What, with 2 armored cars? Yeah, the readiness is low enough, I think it's worth doing. 76, 79, we'll take the 79. It's in the mountains anyways, so it's better defensive position. Oh wow, we just completely obliterated them. So we actually pushed the front back a fair amount, even though we're not really trying to. Seems like the only obvious choice is to bombard this guy. They might be like kind of recuperating or trying to recover from the initial losses, the AI. That was also a very brutal attack. Killed only 3, but lowered the readiness down to 4. Good God, and that probably warrants another attack. We don't have many armored cars there, but we can get 1 more, and I think it's worth it. We'll move him here. We'll also move this guy forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's 4 away, 80%, better than 60%, which is what he was a moment ago. And now I think we'll just do an attack with the 1st, 3rd, and the 6th. I mean, we do have enough for another armored car, but I don't think we have any other armored cars available. Yeah, we do not. Okay, so go ahead and do this attack. And that was extremely successful as well. All of them dead. Wow, brutal. Just a brutally efficient defense here. And I think I want to shift the 3rd south. It's the low mountains. We probably, how out of supply are we going to be? This is 41. We can actually take this. So this unit is now in supply, and we are actually in supply to completely go around it. Amazing. Yeah, that's really good news. I don't really care about being this far forward. Let me not move those units quite yet though, because first of all, I just suddenly had this horror that I would end the turn without setting that. Looks like I have set it. Okay. So we're gonna need to drop off to probably 10 and 20 here. What's your stock? Okay, supply stockpile was fine. I thought we adjusted one of these. Yeah, this one. So I think we'll keep the 800 supply off for a little bit of time. Oh, you know what? We did mostly staff with that though. Staff percentage 144, 99, and 100. Okay, we're doing okay on staff. Then 30 and 10. Good. So we'll undo that because we don't need it. How is our 60 riflemen? Four, they're coming. They're coming. 4 tanks, finally. Finally getting some tanks. Alright, so next turn we will have this oil improved. We do have to watch our oil supply. I need to be very careful about that. We're going to, suffer some problems if we're not careful. So that for that reason, I don't think I'll move anybody else in the south. Done all our movement. I think I'll strategically deploy this a little bit more forward. I don't know where this tank is going to go, but technically if I want to break through in the north, this would be a pretty valuable object. But I think I'll get the first one here and the second one will go to the north. Okay, so we're definitely going to bombard the crap out of this unit. Might as well just grab 2 artillery groups and go to work. Okay, not bad. Lower the readiness from pretty high, almost down to 0. I mean, like, this is 6 times reduction. Very, very, very good. No entrenchment left. Killed 12 of them and 6 militia. Yeah, that's definitely a unit very, very vulnerable to an attack, which we will, basically instantly do. Oh, this rifleman here, yes, perfect. They can make it there. So we do want to shift some forces south. This whole area should be all Second Army now. Although First Army is going to move this way, kind of, because of the basically Second Army over the stream in the north. First Army going to hold the important center, and then Third Army is going to have, the choice of what to do with this lake. And I say that they have the choice because I haven't yet decided what I would do. So we pretend it's the commander who has yet to decide. Alright, and this is kind of interesting because we do want to also attack this unit. So I think if we move forward right now, it's 35, so we want to attack this unit first. I think we move forward with the 13th and attack from that side as well. And we're not even over the attack stack limit. This is perfect. Do it. Lost 6 people, and a few got away. 21, 1, 4, huge attack against their armored cars. 4 of them. 9 militia. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I would say that's pretty good. And do we even want to move in there? I don't know. So now we can actually move my artillery forward. And this is still blank, so actually we'll leave them right there because we can bombard these guys in the marshes. The marshes is, well, just in case this comes as a surprise, hopefully it doesn't. Marshes are terrible for bunkering down and stuff. Cannot really set up any kind of entrenchments. So what we'll probably do is just attack this group with our armored cars. I don't think we want to move forward, frankly, because then, I mean, it's good for defense, but I actually want to be on offense. Gotta watch that oil as well. So this is going to be probably the last thing we can do with our armored cars, because we don't want to waste any more oil. So we'll do this pretty... This is a brutal attack. Good, just as I expected. Actually, they didn't lose everybody, which means the division card itself survives, which is unfortunate. But 2 of my men died to 12 of theirs, an armored car, 3 militia. That's a good, very good ratio. And what I might actually want to do is move people back. Okay, I actually don't think we'll move back yet because, well, I guess it's fine. This unit can move here and then everyone else can move back. Just make sure everyone can move back. It's easier said than done. And you move here, and where would you want to move? Upper right or upper left? I think we'll move you down. Okay, so we'll give up this little strip. Hopefully they repair that bridge and then we can just use this to get across, but I don't think they will. We'll need our engineers over here eventually to just cross ourselves, probably. Now this unit still has the ability to move and attack. I guess if we move here, it only costs 20. And now we can bombard this unit. Very good. I don't think there's anybody else we'd want to bombard. They're in the forest, but we can still get some damage. 8 rounds. Actually killed a few of them, 5 and 4. Riflemen and militia. Lowered their readiness. Entrenchment's not a very big deal because we're not planning to attack them. So it's not an attribute that really matters. But that's okay, it's still nice that we got it done. Okay, so we have... I don't know, I think we're okay over here. This unit is a bit overextended, if I had to say. I think I'll just move him back here. And you are eventually going to replace, maybe not even eventually, maybe even this turn. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, I can't move there. I can only move there, which I don't want to move. Can you move here? You can. And you can move here. So we got 2 on there, only 1 here, but that will change eventually. I mean, yeah, I guess actually this unit, I can't move there, damn. And I actually attacked with a lot of these units. Okay, I could move another one here, and this unit can move up. Okay, I guess we'll do it this way. So now we got 2 there, 2 there, 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. Good. So that's something. And we actually have some oil left over, which is shocking to me, but I'm grateful for that. We have an extra armored car group here. We have 2 total. That's a little bit light. I think I will move this infantry forward just to support that group. Oh, never mind. I have armored cars right here, ready to go. So this is 1 infantry, 2 armored cars. 1 infantry, 1 armored car, so let's fix that. 1 infantry, 2 armored cars. This is 1 infantry and 1. I think that the 3rd armored car has to go here, though. Okay, good. And now we'll move you just here to support this artillery. And man, I think that things are going pretty well. We can, of course, I can look at things off camera to see if we need to change anything, but yeah, I mean, here's another rifleman, which can move forward, but frankly doesn't need to. Although we will eventually want to punch our way across this stream, but I'm going to need a bridge of some kind to do that and stay in supply, which means we have to wait for this engineer who's otherwise indisposed upgrading our oil. So next turn that upgrades the oil, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's got like 4 turns before we can get over here, which is pretty substantial. Maybe I just forget about this raw as well. We're slowly making grounds on the raw? No, not really, because we're building roads. But I mean, in order to get this oil and this raw upgraded, which is what we would like to do, boy, I'll have to pull some punches in terms of like grossly I don't think it's even possible. Hugely neglecting. Okay, it is. Hugely neglecting our supply. Now we need 80, so we just need one other sacrifice. I think it should come to our riflemen and supply. So what are we looking at now? 24 riflemen and 16 machine gun 3s. I think our rifleman situation is okay. So we have 41 riflemen, and although we have 40 machine guns, that's a little deceptive because a lot of those are here only because they're needed. But with very few of these are actually low on riflemen. Even after the attack, it looks like, we definitely lost some riflemen, but this one's fine, this one's perfect, those are all perfect, perfect. Geez, there's just not a need for riflemen. Okay, good, so we'll cut this down. I mean, not a need, a strong need. We always want to produce some. 24 is fine, we'll get the 16 machine guns to keep replenishing those. 16 staff to keep that coming. Artillery, I believe that this has 4. Yeah, it has 1 artillery, so it needs an additional 4, which means we don't need to create a new artillery division this turn. So I think that's it. We just kind of save the front line here. I already feel like the momentum is starting to swing our way. It was never really not with us. It just was neutral, I would say, for a long time. But when we start getting the armored in, by the way, let me just take a look real fast at the different, if I did this is medium armor, so I don't prefer this. Yeah, I don't think I prefer that. I like the gray because it does distinguish it from the other units. I don't know what I mean, you can do a different color altogether for some reason. If we want, we can do, oh, I found it. Or is that all gray? No, I think that's it. So there we go. Maybe I'll keep the gray, I don't know. It does pop out a little bit more with it. So, I'll think about it. Yeah, and I guess everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Why? I don't know why it's self-explanatory, it just seems like it should be, right? In my head, it seems clear that we're not going to be able to advance in the south. We need to get the 3rd Army set up here. We'll kind of like, this has got to be something we play by ear. Okay, I have to take back what I just said. It's not exactly intuitive because this is an interesting thing. We were actually able to build roads in this area to get supply. We could actually challenge King Chi. Maybe King Chi should be the first big step. I mean, this northern flank I've been talking about for a long time would be amazing. Some kind of huge flank. If we could get down here, we can cut them off. We can actually drive south and, use the stream against them. However, if we want to be just simple, brutally effective, we could just go and challenge King Chi directly. We certainly have the ability to do it, and we have an engineer in the area. This oil, we just build from there. Boom, boom, boom. And we're connected. And then we have, I mean, that's going to be sufficient to supply us anywhere this road goes, which is great. Yeah, so lots of food for thought. Just need to get those tanks in. Actually, I mean, we're getting 8 armors when we attack with 3 armored recon groups. That's 12 armored cars we're attacking with. We can only attack with 8 light tanks, cows. But they will also eliminate armored cars a lot easier. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. What we'll probably end up doing, I'm now starting, the wheels are spinning. We'll probably use the armored recon. Actually, the armored cars can become motorized, essentially. A poor man's motorized. What we can do is drop this number down to 3 armored cars and 10 riflemen. And then these guys can just pour through the gaps. That being only 25 stack points. They can just pour through the gaps. I mean, we might as well just even do 40 and 10. Sorry. Wait. 40 and 4. Sorry, 8 and 10? We could do 8 and 10. That's also kind of a poor man's motorized. Much more like a poor man's mechanized at that point. Yeah, actually that is. It's not a bad idea. It depends on if we want to go more infantry heavy or armored car heavy. I mean, this was a great brainstorming session. I might have to refer to my own recording later on just to remember all the interesting ideas I had. So, anyways, I really enjoyed this episode. We have the cow out. It'll be great to see how she performs, but it'll take a while. I just realized, by the way, cow, they like the animal that goes moo. With the udders and all that, they have the same name, or at least the same sounding name. So she's a cow. She's actually pretty fast for a cow. Yeah, it must be late. My mind is going strange places. So we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying it. That's what I was trying to say, is that I really had a fun time with this episode. And I kind of have this sense that it might be towards the beginning of the end. If that starts to happen, we'll accelerate things somehow. I do want to get dive bombers out before we get to the end. Get some aircraft out there, but we'll play that by ear, as things come. So thanks for watching, and until the next episode, take care.